everybody, it's Craftin' Just Because with Chris Cowan. I'm just getting set up so that I could see your comments. So just give me a quick moment. Happy Thursday to everybody. Okay, I think I might be ready. Okie dokie. So we're playing this week with the Little Treats stamp set. It's this stamp set. I love it because it coordinates. I mean, you can use it for all the holidays, but there's birthdays. You can even use it for Valentine's Day if you wanted. Thank yous. So that's always fun. But I'm going to pair it today with Snowflake Wishes because I'm going to use a sentiment from here and then some of the snowflakes from this set. Hi, Kathy. So we're going to pair those together today. We're going to be using some Pool Party and Highland Heather. And then I'm also going to be using some of this iridescent ribbon that coordinates with the paper in the stamp set. And we are going to make, so let me move all this out of the way. We are going to make this cute little lollipop holder. And they're really simple to make. And what's really nice is it uses just a piece of 6x6 paper. So if you have lots of 6x6 paper laying around, these would be good treats if your kids did go back to school, or if you do get to go to the office. So that's up to you. And hopefully I will not mess this project up tonight, since I know last week we kind of had a little fiasco with my folding there. But that happens, right? We're all human. Okay, so I'm just getting out a scrap of white too here. If that's what you hear, the ruffling noise. And then we're going to need our paper trimmer. Now, I like to use my paper trimmer, but for this project, if you wanted to use your scoreboard, you could do that. So it's totally up to you. It might be easier. Oh, this is perfect then, Kathy. It might be easier on you if you are more familiar with your scoreboard. So what we're going to do is we're going to make some diagonal lines. But what we want to do is we want to put the point on 5/8 of an inch because we want to score it on both sides of the point line at 5/8 of an inch. So here's our 5/8 of an inch. I've got it lined up there at the top and then here at the bottom. Let me move my paper trimmer up so you guys can see. 5/8 and 5/8. Okay. Hi, Heather. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our score blade and we're going to score it. And then I'm going to rotate it around and I'm again going to put it at 5/8. I'm way over. There we go. 5/8, and I'm going to score it. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this point. I'm going to put my point at 5/8 of an inch. And I'm going to score it. And then I'm going to rotate it at 5/8 and score it. Okay, so that's all we have to do. We're making 4 score lines on our paper trimmer. So now what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our bone folder and we're going to burnish those score lines. Okay, so this is what you're left with. This is it. You're going to see across here and across here. Okay, so now what you want to do is on these corners, where these 4 corners are, you want to fold up it and kind of just lightly crease it, because we're going to cut up the middle of those. So I'm just making a little fold so that I know where to cut. And I'm going to do that on all 4 corners, lining that up. So I'm not going to burnish those down with my bone folder, because it won't matter since we're going to okay. So now I'm going to take my scissors, and on those triangles, I'm just going to cut up the center there. Just like that. Just like that. Just like that. Okay. So that's what you're left with. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take 2 corners. So you just want the ones right across from each other. And we're going to cut it you're going to cut these 2 triangles off. Like that. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So now that's what you're left with. Okay. Now what you're going to do is, sorry, hold on just a moment. I accidentally untied my sample here, and I just wanted to get it ready so that when we bring it back into the camera view, we're ready. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to fold this in half, just about 2/3 of the way down from the top. So you're leaving a little bit there left. And this is so that it'll wrap around the stick of the lollipop. Okay, so now you have it like that. Now I'm going to bring in my adhesive. And I'm going to put adhesive on those 2 corners and not on my fingers like I just did. Just like that. I know it's hard to see, but it is there. So it's just on those corners. And then we're going to take our lollipop, and I'm going to just put it face down, right, just like this. And I'm going to put my lollipop, this around the lollipop stick, and then this around the lollipop stick. So now this is what you left with. It looks like a little tent. Okay. And then you're just going to fold up those 2 ends so that it looks like a little pouch. Okay. I'm going to take my hole punch, and I'm going to punch a hole on either side of my lollipop stick on that middle section, just like that. And then I'm going to bring in that iridescent ribbon. I sometimes have to do these separate. If you're better than me at putting ribbon through these little holes, then you could do both pieces at the same time. But I tend to struggle a little bit, so that's why you're going to see me do it piece by piece. And you want enough so that you could tie a bow. So pull it through Okay. And then I'm just going to tie a knot. Just like that. And then I'll make my bow. This is a little bit stiffer of a ribbon because of the iridescence. You kind of have to be careful when you pull it. And then I'll cut off my ends. Okay. And then we're not done yet. Almost, but not quite. Okay. We're going to take a scrap of Whisper White, and I'm going to come in with my Pool Party ink. And my snowflakes, and I'm gonna just do this little strand of snowflakes that are a bunch of tiny little snowflakes. And I'm just gonna randomly stamp some snowflakes, just like that, okay? Shut that up there. And then we're going to stamp using the Highland Heather over the top of our snowflakes using that little treat stamp set. And I'm going to put a little treat for someone sweet. I love this ribbon too, Kathy. So I'm just going to go right down over those snowflakes and do a little treat for someone sweet. And excuse my reach there. I'm just putting my stamp pad back. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to take my Wink of Stella and I'm just going to kind of go brush it all over where we just stamped, so it's nice and sparkly too. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Okay, and then I'm gonna take my tailored tag punch and I'm just gonna punch that right on out, just like that. Okay, and then I'll take my adhesive and put that right on down onto your treat. And that's our little project for today. So see how different they look? This is using just the little treat stamp set. And I think it's, I believe I used the 'Tis the Season, yes, 'Tis the Season Designer Series paper. And then this is using the Snowflake Blunder Designer Series paper. So super fun, super easy project, kind of gets rid of some 6x6 cardstock. And if you didn't want to stamp a sentiment, you really wouldn't have any gluing or anything and you could be done. So that's our project for today, you guys. I wanted to remind you all to make sure you're following along on my blog because I'm doing the 12 days of Christmas. And today, I believe, was day 3. I believe, because I didn't, yeah, it's day 3 because it's the 3rd. So keep following me for the next few days on projects, and there's also videos showing you how to put the projects together. If you're interested in getting a PDF for any of those, please just email me and I'll make sure that you get those. So until next time, you guys, I hope you have a fabulous night, and I will talk to you guys later. Good night.